We need to let the government know that far from being off the table, full decriminalisation of small amounts of drugs for personal purposes needs to be firmly on the table. Why? Because it is the right and just thing to do. And because our own homegrown data from the ACT is telling us that the sky hasn't fallen in, and indeed preliminary data is showing good things have followed the shift to decrim. I will just say, while I can, that there is not one way to do decriminalisation. Like anything, decrim can be done well and it can be done poorly. And one of the ways to do it well is to take proper account up front of the extent of the harms that any decriminalisation model will invariably inherit from, guess what? Prohibition. 100 years of prohibition in the US, and people think they're going to deal with the enormous problems that it has created in just a few years. As the Americans like to say, you do the math. If you really want to do decrim well, it's not just about reforming laws. It's about social and cultural change. It's about major investment in health and social services on the front end, not just when you belatedly realise that the prisons are no longer acting as your de facto health and social services system. And it's about dealing with the effects of decades of criminalisation and incarceration with real commitment and not backing off at the first signs of trouble. We haven't done that with prohibition. We've stuck with it despite its many, many well-documented harms. It is only reasonable that we give decriminalisation a proper chance to do what decades of prohibition has failed to do. But beware, because doing decriminalisation in incremental steps can quickly lead to unintended and unforeseen outcomes as a result of too many compromises. I began with the term full decriminalisation, and for me that includes a clear end goal of full legal regulation of all drugs.